Okay. Now, whatever you study, okay, like this video RAM, data bytes and attribute bytes, और इसके आगे आप जो भी topic पढ़ेंगे, all these topics comes in exam. Okay, you can skip the first part, but you cannot skip this part. The today's lecture you cannot miss. You have to study each and every answer of this. Okay, now when I talk about video RAM, I talk about the terminal. When I talk about the terminal, it means that I am talking about the screen. This screen I am talking about. This desktop screen I am talking about. Okay, जो आप actually terminal देखते हैं. So it basically the memory that the terminal hardware itself has. That means the screen, the memory of this particular screen. Okay, now this is basically it has basically 25 lines. Okay, that means 25 lines and 80 characters horizontally. Okay, ये बहुत ही basic है. हर terminal में ये होता है. It has 25 lines. Okay, 25 lines horizontally, and in each line you can enter 80 characters. That means यहाँ पे एक 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 ऐसे करके आप 80 characters डाल सकते हो जो आप pixels देखते हो. Okay, so that means I'll talk about pixels later. So almost it has 2000 characters. That means from this top to this bottom of this desktop, you can enter 2000 characters in a particular desktop. Okay, now the characters starts from 0 and goes till 19999. Okay, now each character, okay, that means अगर मैंने यहाँ पे, let me just share, if suppose अगर मैंने इस स्क्रीन पे ये A लिखा है, okay, so this A is nothing but, listen and see very carefully. Okay, this A is nothing but my data byte. Okay, that means अगर ये desktop, ये text box अगर मैंने यहाँ पे लिया, okay, so this is the first character I am entering on the first line. Okay, so this is my B, this is my C, I write next character something like this. Okay, so each this is known as data byte. Okay, and each data byte has its attribute bytes. That means अगर ये जो A है, okay, ये मेरा data byte 0 है, ये मेरा data byte 1 है, ये मेरा data byte 2 है, S is my data byte 3, E is my data byte 4, D is my data byte 6, and this is my data byte 7. Okay, so each data byte has its attributes. That means अगर मैं suppose इसको मैंने underline किया है, okay, if I underline this, okay, as it is an annotate, I cannot underline. Let me just check. 1 minute. Okay, suppose I change the, so each data byte has its own attribute byte. So अगर मैंने इसका font color change किया, so that data byte has its attribute byte 0 also. जैसे if you remember HTML, अगर आपने font लिखा है, so font is a tag and font color is equal to blue. So that color is nothing but the attribute of that particular tag. Same ways, each data byte has its own attribute byte also. That means you can change its color, you can underline it, you can change its font size. Okay, so that's my video RAM. So all characters stored in the video RAM are displayed on the screen by the video controller. That means there is something known as video controller. When I press over here as Q, okay, so the message goes to the video controller and the video controller displays the character Q on that particular data byte. Okay, so that is my video RAM and data byte and attributes. So this is, all these things are important to write, that it has typically alphanumerical screen and can display 25 lines, each consisting of 80 characters. Now I'm talking about बहुत पहले का, Okay, now your desktops are very small, so maybe the number of characters can change. So this diagram you have to draw. If you see, if I'm taking this data byte 0 in this diagram, so over here data byte, this data byte 0 is nothing but my a character जो मैंने enter किया था उसका attribute byte create हो गया automatically. Okay, next character was b, so data byte 1 is nothing but b और उसका attribute byte अगर मैंने उसको underline किया, so that will be its attribute byte. So this diagram is must in this answer. Okay, so over here I have just distinguished between the data byte and attribute byte. आपको एग्जाम में भी ऐसा ही लिखना है, आप इसके नीचे भी लिख सकते हैं. अब मैंने जस्ट प्रेजेंटेशन के लिए इसको ऐसे डिस्टिंग्विश करके लिखा so that it's easy for you. So all 2000 characters are stored in video RAM to display any specific character on the screen at a specific position. Okay, that means if suppose अगर मैंने यहाँ पे ए बी लिखा, ए डी लिखा है और मैंने स्पेस देके बी लिखा है, सो दिस इज माय डेटा बाइट 0, दिस इज माय डेटा बाइट 1, दिस इज डेटा बाइट 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. तो 1 2 के बाद मैंने डायरेक्टली 7th पोजीशन पे मैंने मेरा कैरेक्टर लिखा है. ओके, so attribute byte is, there is one attribute byte for each data byte. So this byte tells the video controller how to display the character, to whether it has to be displayed bold, underlined or anything. Okay, so that's my video RAM, data byte and attribute byte. Okay, okay, next is context switching. Now what do I mean by context switching? Context switching is nothing but when a program, now you know, okay, that every program, now you know what is CPU bond operations and you know what is IO bond operations. So in spooling, so in pooling, you know that in spooling में that IO bond operations have a different queue and CPU bond operations have a different queue. So in when I say I'm using multi-programming, so there can be 2 or more processes or 2 or more program running at the same time. Okay, so when the program switches from one program to the another program, if you see this diagram, it is very clear from the diagram that when the program switches from one program or one process to the another process, so this time is, this thing is known as context switching. Okay, when the CPU switches from one process to another, the time required for switching is called as context switching. Okay, so in exam you have to give first explanation of multi-programming and then you say what is context switching. You draw a diagram also. Okay, this kernel and thread you need not write. Okay, मुझे नेट पे यही एग्जाम्पल मिला, आपने बस इतना सा भी ड्रॉ किया ना ये वाला चीज, then also you will get marks. Okay, and then you have to explain in notes. It is very clearly given, okay, that suppose this task 1 is running and it is a CPU bond operation, so it is running, and my task 2 is also is an IO bond operation, so to switch, or my task 2 is also a CPU bond operation. So when this task gets completed and when you switch from one task to the another, काफी टाइम ऐसा भी होता है कि ये मेरा वेटिंग स्टेज पे चला गया है. ओके, ये अगर मेरा वेटिंग स्टेज पे चला गया है and then the in like and you are using multi programming and when the program is switching to the second program, so at that time also it is known as context switching. Even when the program switches again back to task 1, क्योंकि ये मेरा वेटिंग स्टेज पे था, अगर ये वापस टास्क 2 से टास्क 1 पे switch हो रहा है, then also it is known as context switching only. So when the program switches from one, when my OS switches, when my processor switches from one task or one process or one job to the another job, it is known as context switching. Okay, now these terms are very 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 important. ओके अगर मैं बोलूंगी 10 पेपर में से अगर आप 20 साल के पेपर भी उठाओगे, ओके आई हैव द टीपीएस विथ मी टुडे, ओके और मैंने देखा है कि ये आंसर कितनी बार पूछा गया है. ओके मार्च 2015, अक्टूबर 2008, मार्च 2018, जुलाई 2019, then it is asked in 2007 also, it is asked in 2001 also. Okay, so this answers directly come for 4 marks. Okay, it is not like ये 2 marks का आंसर है कि ये 3 marks का आंसर है. No, it directly comes for 4 marks and you don't have to draw the diagram, you don't have to give the examples, you just have to write this definitions or its meaning. That's all. Okay, no need of drawing the diagrams, no need of explaining with the help of an example. No, they will directly ask you, and all these are related to process management. Okay, now I hope you remember there were 3 functions of operating system: process management, information management, and storage management. Okay, so all these terms are related, like turnaround time, waiting time, terminal response time, event response time are all my related to process scheduling or my process management. So आपको directly answer exam में ऐसा ही आता है, explain the following terms with respect to process scheduling. So you have to read the whole statement first. Okay, so very first is turnaround time. Turnaround time we have already discussed that it is a time between the program or a job submitted and the time when it is completed. Okay, say for an example, मैंने आज कुछ ऑर्डर, मैं ये बस आपको एक्सप्लेन करने के लिए कर रही हूँ, आपको एग्जाम में ऐसा कुछ एग्जाम्पल नहीं लिखना है. ओके, नाउ से फॉर एन एग्जाम्पल, आज मैंने कुछ अमेजोन से ऑर्डर किया है. ओके, एंड आज से लेके दे से दैट द प्रोडक्ट विल बी डिलीवर्ड ऑन say tomorrow. Okay, 21st the product will be delivered. So the time when I have ordered the product, okay, today 9:25 I have ordered the product and tomorrow morning 10 o'clock I get the product. So when I get the product, so that जब मैंने जॉब सबमिट किया 9:25 को आज मॉर्निंग में, और कल मुझे मॉर्निंग में 10 o'clock वो प्रोडक्ट मिलने वाला है, so that whole period is nothing but my turnaround time. So it is a time between the program or a job is submitted and the time when it is completed. Okay, now waiting time a job spends waiting in the queue of the newly admitted process for the OS to allocate resources to it. Suppose my मैंने कुछ print command दिया है, okay, but already my in my printer some pages are already getting printed. Okay, so my process or my job has to wait till my printer gets free so that I can print the pages or the assignment, whatever. Okay, so that period is known as my waiting time. Okay, so your waiting time should always be minimum, your turnaround time should always be minimum. Okay, this we have already done in CPU criteria. Okay, your next is terminal response time, the time to respond with an answer or result to a question and depends on degree of multiprogramming. Now what is terminal? Whenever the term terminal is coming, I am talking about my screen. ओके काफी टाइम ऐसा होता है कि आप कुछ टाइप करते हैं. ओके, ये आपको भी पता है, जब आप कभी कभी ऐसा हो जाता है, जब आप व्हाट्सएप पे भी ऐसा होता है. ओके, कि आपने कुछ टाइप किया है और आपको स्क्रीन पे दिखा नहीं, बट विद इन अ फ्यू सेकेंड्स वट एवर यू हैव टाइप्ड इट कम्स. लाइक फॉर एन एग्जाम्पल, सपोज मैंने यहाँ पे टेक्स्ट लिया है. ओके, मैंने यहाँ पे ए किया, तो ये मुझे एकदम तुरंत से, जैसे ही मैंने ए प्रेस किया तुरंत मुझे टर्मिनल मीन्स माय डेस्कटॉप. ओके, मुझे टर्मिनल दैट मीन्स माय वीडियो कंट्रोलर. आई एम टॉकिंग हियर अबाउट माय video controller which we have just studied. Okay, so the video controller is responding me very quickly. Okay, see, it is responding me very quickly, but at times it happens, okay, कि आपने कुछ टाइप किया है और वो लेटर कुछ few seconds के बाद आपको डिस्प्ले होता है. but it is there in the memory of video controller. So that time it is known as terminal response time. So the time to respond, the time taken by the terminal to respond, okay, with an answer, okay, or result is nothing but my terminal response time. Now what is event response time? It is time to respond with an event. Okay, जैसे अगर मैंने print command दिया है तो जितने time में वो print हो रहा है, that is my event response time. So again I'm repeating, in exam you don't have to write the examples, you just have to give me the definitions or whatever. Okay, अब मैंने अभी यहाँ पे सिर्फ elapse से start किया है या यहाँ पे सिर्फ time से लिखा है, you have to write properly. Okay, that in time sharing या in this या in this, जैसे turnaround time is elapsed time और it is an elapsed time, it with fit आपको सब use करना है. मैंने अभी भी असाइनमेंट्स में काफी आंसर्स देखे जहाँ पे आपने ये सब चीजें यूज नहीं की हैं, you have directly written. Okay, so you have to use that. So got this terms? Okay, so next. Okay, your next topic is again with related to my process management. Now when I talk about priority, आपको already पता है कि priority word आ गया, so that means the process manager takes care of my priorities. So there are 4 types of priorities which we look into. Okay, that is external priority, purchased priority, internal priority, and time slice. Now when I talk about external priority is specified by the user externally, generally at the time of initiating the process. Okay, whenever the process is about to start, a job is about to start, it tells its priority well in advance. That means a HPP program. Okay, I hope you remember what is HPP program. The students who have attended the lecture, HPP is nothing but my higher priority program. Okay, so higher priority program में the program itself tells its priority that I am a higher priority program, so please empty the main memory. Okay, purchased priority means the user pays for the time. Now what do I'll give you a classic example of purchased priority. In Amazon there is something known as Prime members. Okay, now what are those Prime members? Those Prime members are nothing but they get the delivery of the product the very next day. Okay, but if you are not a Prime member, so you don't get the delivery on the next day. Okay, it may take 2 to 3 days to get the product. Suppose today I have ordered a book, okay, or a novel I have ordered, but if I'm a Prime member, I may get the delivery tomorrow itself. Okay, or if I'm not a Prime member, I may get the book after 4 days. Okay, so that is known as purchased priority. You purchased your importance, you purchase the data center situations where each user pays for the time used. Okay, like also जैसे अब Disney Hotstar है, आप you buy that. Okay, जैसे IPL match, if you see Disney and Hotstar में for 5 minutes you can see free. Okay, for 5 minutes you can see free, but after, as soon as the 5 minutes gets over, you have to pay for it. Okay, so that's my purchased priority. Okay, now what is internal priority? It is used by scheduling methods, your normal methods like FCFS, SJN. So that is my internal priority based on scheduling algorithms. Now scheduling algorithms you have studied, FCFS हो गया, SJN हो गया, roll in roll out हो गया. Okay, any algorithm or any method used for preemptive scheduling या paging या segmentation, that is my internal priority. Time slice. Now time slice you already know very thoroughly that each process is given a particular time. If it finishes in that particular time, it's fine, but if it does not, then it moves in the end of the queue. Same वही अपना राउंड रॉबिन में हमने पढ़ा है, टाइम शेयरिंग में हमने टाइम स्लाइस पढ़ा है, बहुत जगहों पे हम लोगों ने टाइम स्लाइस पढ़ी है. Okay, so these are my again it is a 4 mark direct question, explain the following terms with reference to process management. Okay, so this comes for again 4 mark. Again इसमें से कुछ ना कुछ आता ही है, either the previous one, turn around time and वगैरह वगैरह, or either this priority one. Okay, again this is related to my process management, that is running block, running process, ready process and blocked process. Okay, अपने process state you know. Okay, if you know process state, so then this is very easy for you to understand. Now what do you mean by running state? Running state means when the process is running. Okay, ये आंसर भी 3 मार्क्स के लिए आता है एग्जाम में, आपको डायग्राम बनाने की जरूरत नहीं है, आपने इतना भी लिखा तो चलेगा, नोट्स में थोड़ा एक्स्ट्रा दिया है, आपके टीपीएस में भी थोड़ा एक्स्ट्रा दिया है, बट एज वी करेक्ट द पेपर्स, ओके, सो वी नो कि अगर आपने एग्जाम में इतना ये 3 स्टेटमेंट्स भी लिखे तो भी बहुत है. सॉरी, तो भी बहुत है. So what is running state? Running oh shit. Sorry, my book got wet. So running state में when the process is at the running state, मतलब जब वो execute हो रहा है, so that is my running state. Ready state. Okay, ready state says there is a very small difference between ready state and blocked state. Okay, ready state में the process is not waiting for any external event or external device. Event means any external event. It is just waiting for CPU's attention. Say for an example, if in a spooling, okay, I have job 1, job 2, job 3. Job 1 is running and job 2 is waiting कि उसका next number है execute होने के लिए, but it is not waiting for any IO device. Okay, it is not waiting for any say printer or scanner or speaker. No, it is not waiting for any IO device. It is just waiting कि उसका number आए execute होने के लिए, and after the execution it will decide that whether that input device or output device is already been used by some other process or no. So that's my ready state, that I am just ready. Okay, so there is only one CPU which is executing some process, while the process in the ready state is waiting for the CPU's attention. And then what do you mean by blocked state then? Blocked state says when the process is waiting for an external device. That means ये ready, suppose ये program मेरा run हो रहा है, okay, और run करते करते, very good. Aditya, you're coming too early, beta. It is just 9:36. Why are you coming now? Okay, so suppose मेरा process कोई run हो रहा है, and after running, it realizes that it needs printer and the printer is already occupied. So the process from running state goes to the blocked state. So that is known as my blocked state. So when the process is waiting for an external event means device such as an IO operation, the process is said to be in a blocked state. So what we see in exam is that जो ये मैंने underline किया, I just forgot to underline this statement also, so I will underline it. So ये is waiting for an external device. So not waiting and is waiting. Okay, so here you get your 3 marks for running state, ready state and blocks process. Okay. Assume. Okay, so now now in terms of magnetic resistance, so this is completely out of like my process state or anything. Okay, now what do you mean by tracks and sector? Now tracks and sectors means now in your magnetic disk, that means whatever hard disk you have. Okay, now that disk is basically divided into tracks. If you see, I have given a diagram over here. यहाँ पर भी ये डायग्राम है, देखो ये ट्रैक्स होते हैं. ओके, ये जो गोल बना हुआ है ना, ये जो सर्कल है, ये मेरे ट्रैक हैं. ओके, और ये ट्रैक इज फर्दर डिवाइडेड इनटू स्मॉल एरियाज कॉल्ड सेक्टर्स. ये जो पार्ट है, ओके, कैन यू सी दिस सर्कल व्हाट आई एम ड्राइंग? This part is known as my sectors. Okay, so a magnetic disk surface is made up of a magnetic disk is made up of something known as uh, concentric circles called tracks, and these tracks are nothing but they are further divided into my sectors. Okay, now these sectors can be 32 like बहुत सारे sectors इसमें हो सकते हैं, तो ऐसे आपका disk divide होता है. Now what is seek time? Seek time is the time required for read and write head to move to the correct track. Okay, now suppose now let's start with the next memory map of single user operating system. Now when I talk about single user operating system, it doesn't only means that I'm talking about MS-DOS. Okay, so somebody is speaking. Okay, so I talk about only MS-DOS, which is as of now what we have studied is my single user operating system. Now in this answer, it's very simple. What you have to write is the memory map consists of a program to be executed. That means a process, free memory available, command interpreter, and kernel. Okay, that's what a single operating system has. When I talk about memory map, it means how the process, how a job is running. So basically, command interpreter of the single user OS. Okay, what does a command interpreter do? It just invokes when the computer is started. That means it is loaded when the computer is started, because whatever commands you are giving, the command interpreter. Now what is command interpreter? As you know what is compiler. Okay, it is just an example. Now you know what is a compiler. What does a compiler mean? Compiler basically compiles your program. Okay, now when I say compiles, that means it reads basically whatever program you have written and it matches with the library files. Okay, same ways there is something known as command interpreter in single operating system. When I say, see, suppose I say something like this, that D drive में there is a file Anjana, और अंजना फोल्डर के अंदर there is a presentation known as GUI.ppt. Just child is crying very badly. His voice. Okay, and then I say GUI.ppt. Okay, so this instruction, okay, this instruction is read by the command interpreter. It reads this information, and then when I press enter, so this information is read by this command interpreter and it opens that file. So that's the use of command interpreter. Okay, so after that command interpreter, the very simple, the OS loads the program to be executed in main memory. That means whichever program is ready, is there for the execution, it will load. Okay, and then the memory is assigned, and then it executes the program. And after the execution of the program, the space is free. That means if the program is terminated, if the program is over, then it is removed from the memory. Simple. Okay, so basically in this answer what you have to write is about the command ये ना पीछे रह जाए मेरा. Okay, about the command interpreter, that it basically invokes when the computer is started, and then how the program is loaded. When the program is loaded, all the instruction pointer and the program is executed, and then the program is terminated, the memory is free. जब आपने OS का इतना पढ़ लिया तो आपको सिर्फ ये 3 स्टेप लिखने हैं ये वाले आंसर में, and then you have to write 1 step about kernel. Okay, that kernel just operates my basic OS services. That's all. Okay, so that's the mapping over here. Memory map का मतलब है the procedure. Okay, कि प्रोग्राम जब लोड होता है तो क्या होता है. सो पहले मेरा प्रोग्राम लोड होता है, फिर कमांड इंटरप्रेटर वो सब रीड करता है, और रीड होने के बाद मेरा प्रोसेस रन होता है, एंड देन it frees the memory. One. Yes, Niranjan, why have you written this dot? Okay, so that's my memory map of single user operating system. So this basically we should have done in the starting. Okay, because ये starting के topics हैं सब, मैं ही थोड़ा सा late ले रही हूँ. Okay, now your last topic, which is terms related to memory management. Many students don't write this answer. Okay, when we check the paper, we have seen that many students don't write this answer. Now there are 6 terms related to this memory management terms, like basically 6 things are there: locality of reference, page fault, working set, page replacement policy, dirty page or dirty bit, and demand paging. Okay, these 6 terms are there which are related to memory management. Out of these 6, any 4 can come. But before that, you should be very clear about what is virtual memory. Okay, I'll repeat the concept of virtual memory. I will repeat the concept of virtual memory for everyone. Okay, those who were there at that time, those who weren't there, absent, present, whatever. I'll repeat it once again. What was virtual memory? So let's go to that page of virtual memory. Okay, this is the page of virtual memory. I'm just giving you a quick revision. I'm not making you understand the concept in depth. A quick revision. Now, virtual memory was, there is something known as main memory. Okay, that means the physical memory. If you remember paging and segmentation, there we had done that your programs were from pages to frames. It is going through a page map table. Okay, there was something known as logical memory. There was something known as physical memory. Your program basically runs into physical memory, into the frames. Okay, into the frames it runs. So basically pages जो हैं आपके, if suppose the physical memories, I'm talking about now virtual memory. Okay, now virtual memory is like your secondary memory. Okay, wherein if your physical memory is small, is less, then virtual memory, the pages come into the virtual memory, gets stored over there. Okay, और सपोज अगर कोई प्रोसेस या कोई प्रोग्राम बहुत बड़ा आता है या उसके पेजेस बहुत ज्यादा है, सो एट दैट टाइम the program goes to the virtual memory, and then virtual memory उसको धीरे धीरे, like if you see यहाँ पे first it will give only this 4 pages to the main memory for the execution. After this 4 pages gets executed, it goes out, then next 4 goes here. So this is my virtual memory. Okay, so virtual memory basically stores the big programs, and then it divides that big program into small pages and sends one page or two pages in the main memory for the execution. It executes and then it comes out. That means swaps in and then it swaps out from the memory. So virtual memory is like a secondary memory for the physical memory. Okay, that is the concept of virtual memory. Now what we will talk about in this slides, in the last slide, what we will talk about. Okay. Okay, now what are we talking about over here, about all this locality of reference and page fault and working set. Now in my physical memory or in my virtual memory, okay, no, we will talk only about physical memory. Now when I talk about physical memory में जो भी मेरे pages run हो रहे हैं, now suppose I'll just draw a diagram for you. मुझे पहले से diagram लेना चाहिए था, but then I realized it now. Just a minute, I'll draw, or just a rough diagram I'm drawing. You don't have to draw the diagram in the exam. I'm just drawing it for your explanation. थोड़ा सा इसको समझ लेना, थोड़ा टेढ़ा मेढ़ा है. 4, 5, 6. Okay, and suppose this is my physical memory. PM is nothing but physical memory. Okay, now why these terms are related to memory management? Because paging and segmentation and virtual memory, paging and segmentation are the concept of memory management. Okay, so that is why all these terms are related to my my memory management. Okay, so in my physical memory or my main memory, okay, MM stands for main memory and this PM stands for physical memory. Okay, so ये आंसर्स में जनरली फिजिकल मेमोरी कहीं कहीं पे यूज किया है, कहीं कहीं पे मेन मेमोरी यूज किया है, सो इट इज वन एंड द सेम थिंग. Okay, now we will talk about this particular pages, this 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. In this physical memory, suppose already एक set of pages मेरा run हो रहा है. Okay, I say पेज नंबर 1 में मेरा कोई एक प्रोग्राम रन हो रहा है, पेज नंबर 2 इज माई फ्रेम नंबर 2 इज एम्प्टी. यहाँ पे मेरा पेज नंबर 2 रन हो रहा है, यहाँ पे मेरा पेज नंबर 3 रन हो रहा है. Are you getting what I'm telling? All of you, please give me a thumbs up if you are understanding what I'm trying to say, or I'm talking about physical memory over here. Okay, because for this you need to very clearly remember what is physical memory. Okay, so physical memory में जब मेरे pages run हो रहे हैं यहाँ पे, so at that time what are the different criterias? Okay, what are the different criterias or what are the different terms used? Okay, so very first is locality of reference. When I say about locality of reference, locality of reference is related to my virtual memory. It says whether a page is likely to be referenced in the near future or not. Okay, that means if suppose this page is needed for next job or next program, so I will keep this particular page in that particular frame. Okay, so that is known as locality of reference, that whether a page is likely to be referenced in the near future or not. It helps to decide whether the page should be thrown out from main memory to make space for the new page. Because suppose I have only 6 frames. Okay, this is just an example. Suppose I have just 6 frames. So in this 6 frames, I have to, suppose मेरा पहला program run हो रहा है, so मेरे सेकेंड प्रोग्राम के लिए भी मुझे स्पेस बनाना है, मुझे थर्ड प्रोग्राम के लिए भी स्पेस बनाना है, मुझे फोर्थ प्रोग्राम के लिए भी मुझे स्पेस बनाना है इसी फिजिकल मेमोरी में. सो ऑब्वियसली इन दिस फिजिकल मेमोरी देयर हैज टू बी some criteria where I can remove the pages which are not in use. सपोज ये पेज 1 मेरा रन हो रहा है और ये रन होके ये यहाँ पर ही पड़ा है, मैंने उसको फिजिकल मेमोरी से बाहर निकाला ही नहीं है. सो until and unless I don't remove this page from this particular physical memory, this space is never going to be empty. और जब ये empty नहीं होगा, जब ये deallocate नहीं होगा, so मैं कोई नया जॉब आएगा रन करने के लिए तो मैं उसको ये स्पेस कैसे allocate कर सकती हूँ. Okay, so that is basically all these terms what we are going to study. Okay, so that is my locality of reference. I see whether that particular page is required in the future or no. So that is my first term. My next page fault we will see later. Then we see working set. Now what do I mean by working set? Working set means the frames or the pages which are in use, which are executing right now. That means over here now page number 1 is executing, page number 2 is executing, page number 3 is executing. So that is known as working set. So the set of pages in the physical memory actively referred to at any moment is called working set, because all the pages cannot be active. Say for an example, page number 1 is running and page number 2 is running and page number 3, and there is page number 4 over here. Okay, so at present only page number 1 is running, 2 is running and 3 is running. So working set के हिसाब से the pages which are active, which are there in physical memory के बारे में हम बात नहीं कर रहे हैं, जो physical memory में हैं but वो active हैं, that is nothing but my working set. So if I say only 1 and 2 are active and 3 and 4 are non-active, so working set means only 1 and 2 will come under the concept of working set. Okay, so that's working set. Now what is page replacement policy? Again I have to draw the diagram. 1 minute. 4, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is my physical memory. Okay, so what is page replacement policy? Now suppose all these frames are booked. Okay, यहाँ पे पेज नंबर 6 रन हो रहा है, यहाँ पे पेज नंबर 8 रन हो रहा है, यहाँ पे पेज नंबर 7 रन हो रहा है, यहाँ पे पेज नंबर 9 रन हो रहा है, suppose. Okay, so page number 1, 2, 6, 8, 7, 9 are running. So what is page replacement policy? Page replacement policy says as the number of processes and the number of pages in main memory increases, okay, all the page frames becomes occupied. जैसे यहाँ पे सब कुछ हर एक frame मेरा occupied है, okay, by all the pages. So at this time, if a new page is to be brought in, the operating system has to overwrite some existing page in the memory. Suppose there is a new page which comes in, suppose page number 11 comes in, okay, but there is no space in physical memory. So through page replacement policy, now there is some policy, now that policy we are not studying, okay, so that policy we are not studying. So but there is some page replacement policy which says that which page out of this will come out and it will overwrite on this page. That means suppose I say page number 8 has to come out and then page number 11 is going to run over here. So there is some policy through which it runs. Okay, so that is known as page replacement policy. When all the frames are occupied, when all the frames are busy, so at that time, through page replacement policy, and if a new process comes in picture for the execution or a new page comes for the execution, then through page replacement policy, I overwrite the existing place. See, the term over here is used overwrite. Okay, I don't remove, I overwrite it. Okay. Now what is dirty page and dirty or dirty byte? Okay, the page which is modified after it's loaded. Say for an example, page number 2 I have used for the execution. It is already loaded in the physical memory for its execution, and then okay, and then I say there are some changes in the pages. There is some change that I don't want ये page ये frame number 1 में run हो, या there is some changes in the program. So at that time each page has some extra bit. Extra bit means this you must have studied. Suppose ये 1 0 1 1 0 है. Okay, so this is 1 2 3 4 5 bit का ये है. So एक extra bit हमेशा होता है 1 या 0 का. Okay, so this bit is known as dirty page or dirty bit. Okay, basically this is known as dirty bit. Okay, so the operating system maintains 1 bit for each physical page frame to denote whether a page has become dirty or not. So this is dirty bit. Dirty pages, the page which is modified after it is loaded in main memory from disk. That means जब ये page यहाँ पे load हो चुका है already frame में execute होने के लिए, that time it is known as dirty page. Okay, what is demand paging? Demand paging is a page is brought in only when demanded. Okay, consider a process is created with no pages. Suppose ये पूरा free है. So when the process dispatched initially, the program counter will have to be loaded with the address of first instruction. This address is obviously belongs to page outside the main memory. एक मिनट ये मुझे इसमें आपको page fault पहले पढ़ाना पड़ेगा. What is page fault? Now what is page fault? When the instruction is encountered which refers to any instruction on data in some other page. That means some instruction is running over here. Okay, some instruction is running over here, but that instruction is also needed by another page. At that time it is known as page fault. Okay, because the instruction what it needs, okay, is already used by some other page. So that is known as page fault. Okay, So these are the terms which are referred to memory management. This answer is very easy if you have seen the diagram. Through diagram only I have explained everything. So I would suggest you that don't leave this answer, because it's a 4-mark answer and it's very simple. If you understand the logic, if you understand the programming of physical memory, कि physical memory क्या था, तो इट इज ऑल अबाउट द फिजिकल मेमोरी ओनली, कि पेजेस जब मेरे उस फिजिकल मेमोरी में रन हो रहे हैं, तो अगर वो पेजेस, अगर मेरा फ्रेम्स सब फुल हैं, okay, if all the pages have occupied all the frames, then through page replacement policy I can change the page, I can override the page. So dirty pages, if the page is already loaded and the page wants to change or modify its data, at that time it is known as dirty page. And when I say page fault, that when one instruction is already running and the other instruction, some other page which is outside the main memory, that is on the disk, then page fault occurs. Then working set, when the pages which are active, okay, because at a time in physical memory many pages are loaded, but the pages which are actively active, are referred, are running, those are known as my working set. Locality of reference is when the page which is already there in the memory, okay, we just check whether it is, whether that page will be referred to us in the future or no. So at that time, if it is not referred, if that page is not in use, then we can directly throw that. Throw out means nothing but I can remove it from the physical memory. So that is my terms which are related to my memory management. I hope everyone has understood